Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to another Dollar Tree book haul. Recently I came home for the summer and so I went to some of my local Dollar Trees and I found some books, okay? So I have 7 books to share with you here today that I got at the Dollar Tree. So I got them each for $1.25 and we'll see at the end how much money I saved by buying these at the Dollar Tree. These are in no particular order, by the way. We're going to start with The Summer Deal by Jill Shalvis, which is this really cute little book. It feels very nice and floppy. And this seems to be a contemporary book about this woman and her life is a disaster. And so she moves back home for a little bit. There she reunites with a frenemy from high school, I think. And then also that frenemy's best friend who used to be the main character's childhood crush. And I think things kind of happen between the 3 of them. I don't know what exactly happens between the 3 of them, but I know that there's a dog on the cover and I know that it looks like a summery good time, which I'm down for. I mean, one of the reviews on the back says to shake out your beach towel, slip on your sunnies, and get ready to enjoy this breezy book, which sounds perfect. The copyright for this book is 2020 and it originally sold for $9.99. Moving on, we have Roar by Cecilia Ahern, which is actually a short story collection. It has 30 stories in it, and it's apparently just a feminist collection of stories that talk about the experiences of being a woman in the world today, which I can definitely appreciate. And because it's not that long of a book, like it's under 300 pages, so these are some real short stories, which I love, because the only thing that I don't like about reading anthologies or short stories in general is when it's actually a really long short story. Like if I was promised a short story, I want it to be short, and these all seem to be about the same length and quite short. So I'm excited about that. The copyright for this was 2019 and it originally sold for $26. Next up, kind of switching entirely from the vibe of this one, we have Sophomores by Sean Desmond, which seems to be a historical book about this guy who goes to a Jesuit college prep school. Then he has like a great English teacher, and so like it's compared in some ways to Dead Poet Society, The Catcher in the Rye, and your favorite 80s high school movie, which sounds great. I mean, here's this kid who's dealing with a bunch of stuff back home, and then he goes to this school. I love school settings in books, seeing what teachers can do and the difference that teachers can make in people's lives, so I'm definitely excited about this one. The copyright for this book is 2021 and it originally sold for $17, but I got it for $1.25. Next, we have a book that I saw when it first came out and I was potentially interested in reading. It's The Ballerinas. And so when I saw this at the Dollar Tree, hardcover, really good condition, I was shocked. I do feel like when I first started doing my Dollar Tree hauls on the channel, it was largely not books I recognized, I feel like, because usually the Dollar Tree is like just a couple years behind and I really wasn't aware of new releases at the time. So I feel like now I'm in a weird part in my bookish journey and my YouTube journey, specifically making these hauls, being like, oh my gosh, I heard about this book when it first came out and now it's at the Dollar Tree. I believe it's a mystery thriller about ballerinas. It's about this girl, she comes back to this place she used to dance to choreograph a ballet, but there are lots of secrets. It largely explores the complexities of female friendship and some of the darker sides of ballet. So I'm definitely interested to see what this is about. This book came out in 2021 and it originally sold for $27.99. Although in the interest of full transparency, there was a sticker right here that said it was selling on sale for $16.99, but I always go with the full price when I talk about how much money I saved, so $27.99 it is. The next one is a really weird pick for me, but I saw it and just wanted it. And that's The Shotgun Wedding by William W. Johnstone, which seems to be like a Western. It's a modern Western though, because the copyright's like 2020. And it's about these 2 people who are delivering these mail order brides to this mining town. And I guess what happens along the way. And so it's a very like adventure-y thing. Yeah, it's published by Pinnacle Western, so definitely a Western. And one of the things that drew me to this is, one, it's not normally the type of thing that I read, and one of the things that I like to do with the Dollar Tree is occasionally pick out the type of book that I wouldn't normally read. because why not? It's $1.25, and then maybe I'll end up really liking it. But really what got me about this book is how it feels to hold it in my hand. It's so deliciously floppy and like just the perfect size, and it just feels nice to hold. I can't explain it to you, so I wanted it. Like I said, this was published in 2020 and it originally sold for $8.99. So this was the cheapest of the batch originally. They're all the same price now, haha. The next one I grabbed was Much Ado About You by Samantha Young, which is a romance book that I'd actually not heard of before, but I was like, fun illustrated cover plus a Shakespeare reference in the title, sign me up. And she's holding a stack of books, so like this has to be for me. It's about this woman who's like not very happy with her life, and so she goes on this trip to this tiny English village, but along with the holiday, she gets the opportunity to work for some time at this bookstore, Much Ado About Books, and I think things kind of go from there. So I don't know, it just seems cute. There's a dog on the cover, the stack of books, set in a bookstore, set in a small town. What else could I want? It was published in 2021 and it originally sold for $16. Next up, we've got kind of an interesting one. We have Girls of Flight City by Lorraine Heath, and this is a historical fiction book about women in aviation. It seems to be about several women and the different roles that they take in flying. So it's a World War II book about these girls from Texas. And I don't know, that just seems nice. It seems different from a lot of the other World War II books that I've read, so I wanted to give it a shot. And also my mom loves books set during World War II. Like, she just finds them fascinating. And so I saw it and I was like, I'll read this and then pass it off to her because she'll enjoy reading it too. So that's a double win. This was published in 2022, so it's the newest of the bunch, and it originally sold for $16.99. And last but not least, we have The Ambassador's Daughter by Pam Jenoff, which is the oldest one in this group of books. It was originally published in 2013, but this is a reprint from 2019. It's one of those weird paperbacks that has flaps in the front, which I never understand, and also deckled edges, which I hate, but my mom the other day, she saw me holding a book at Dollar Tree and she was like, don't you hate deckled edges? Like, why would you buy a book with deckled edges? And I was like, because it's $1.25 and the book seems good. Like, what other reason do I need? I don't need it to be in exactly the condition that I want to love getting it for $1.25, you know? And this one, it's another historical, and it's in the aftermath of World War I, so we're switching world wars, and it's about this woman. She goes to France with her father, who's a diplomat, and I guess she makes some unlikely friendships in there and things happen. I don't know, it's not a very descriptive synopsis, but it's not a very long book, so I can, you know, I guess they don't want to give too much away, but I also thought this might be one that my mom would like after me. If not, I mean, I think it sounds interesting, so that's good. And it originally sold for $16.99. I told you 7 books at the beginning, but there are 8 here, so I can count. But I got these 8 books at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 each, which means I spent $10 on all of these books, which is crazy. And their worth added up together is $139.95. So I saved $129.95 buying these books a few years later, but at the Dollar Tree. It is interesting because recently I've seen some books in like sale piles at bookstores, and then I've gone to Dollar Tree and seen them there, and I'm like, it's cheaper at Dollar Tree almost always. I'm really pleased with this haul. If you like to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below which of these books seems most interesting to you. I'm trying to pick them up at once and they're falling. And subscribe for more bookish and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!